Good morning, Dan from DJMoore Lofts, and today I've got another build to show off to you. So some keen YouTube viewers may notice this one that we've done, but they'll probably notice the inside clips more. But we've actually converted this loft around 18 months ago, and we're now starting the neighbour's property. Identical property, just flipped the other way. And we're going to do a few different tweaks inside on this one though, so changing out the layout a little bit to accommodate the client's brief. And also what this client's done is they've upgraded the windows. So on that property, we've got an SK06 front and back, but on this one, we've got a UK08, so it's an even bigger window. But on top of that, we've actually upgraded the glass to a comfort glass. So this is what the 2066 means, which basically just helps with noise. The reason that's so crucial on this build is directly behind here, we've got a railway line. So speaking to the client, one of the key factors for them, because this is going to become their new master bedroom, is to minimise the noise as much as possible. So we talked through some of the window options, and that's what we've settled on. But like I say, we've got Lawson's here unloading all the materials. So everything that you see on this lorry is ours. We've got all the steel at the bottom, annoyingly, because that's the item that we need first. But sod's law. We've just lifted up some of the plasterboard. But we'll jump up there now and we'll show you the loft, because this loft, as a bare bones loft, is a really good example of a Velux conversion, because it's got just over 4 meters head height, so it's quite a large space in there. But let's jump up there and we'll show you what we're doing. So we've got our first pack of plasterboard up here. Thank you. This is a Victorian style house. I believe, speaking to the client, it's around a 1920s build. But let's jump in there. Oh God. Look at that. Look at that. That's phenomenal. I'm not talking about Greg over there. I'm talking about the head height that we've got in here. It is a monster. It really is. So clients obviously handed over the loft to us this morning, all emptied out, which is fantastic. Got this chipboard flooring that we'll have to lift up to get in place. Greg over here is just starting making pockets for the holes for the stills. And then we've got this amazing chimney. I'm not too sure if we're keeping that yet. I know next door we ended up losing it. But speaking to the client here, they were keen to try and maybe utilise it. And what I'll just do, sorry, Greg, 2 seconds. So this is what we're working to structurally. So we've got, I think that's the front of the property, this is the back of the property. So we've got an eaves beam going all the way across, and we've got this load bearing point in the middle. And then on the front, we've got this split beam detail, and then obviously another beam in there. That's our ceiling collars. There's all our specs and splices for the stills. And that's what we're working to there. So we're upgrading the existing rafters with a 6x2. Got 7x2 ceiling collar, which is this element here, and then 8x2 joists at 400 centres. So yeah, every single one of these rafters will be doubled up with a 6x2, and then we'll have a 7x2 ceiling rafter that comes across. Now there'll potentially be a little void area above that area that we can look to maybe maintain for storage. If not, we'll have these voids behind the dwarf walls that we can maintain for storage, especially in these apex areas. But like we touched on, this rear section at the back, there is a railway line directly there. So that's why we've upgraded all of the windows to a sound comforting window. So these, I believe, are triple glazed as opposed to the double glazed that you would normally get in a standard unit. Some people will mention the lack of felt. So some older properties, that's just what they've done. So obviously we do give our clients the option of re-roofing the roof. Ultimately, not everyone will go for that, just purely because the cost involved is quite a lot, especially when we're not doing a dormer or anything on this style roof. It's kind of like we're not necessarily playing with it. So we can do it, but not a lot of clients opt for that. But what we will do though, is we'll go an extra layer with the installation. The reason being is what you can find over sometimes is the cold air. It's only a layer of felt, but the cold air can actually penetrate a lot more. So it's critical when it comes to the insulation that we get everything as airtight and vapor tight as possible in this kind of scenario properties, just purely because that wind will drive in and make the loft quite cold if it's not done correctly. So that's something that we've learned over the years, that you've got to be on it when it comes to getting them as airtight as possible, especially, if not even more important, on a property that hasn't got a felted roof. So yeah, we're going to jump outside so Greg can carry on laying there and just holding the SDS. You can pull the trigger. So there we've got a pallet of sand, cement and some bricks all ready to be able to brick in those eaves beams. Sorry, I'm in your way. So yeah, all really set up over here. Just been doing some filming with Perspective Studios as well. That's why you can see some other lads down there with high vises. But yeah, really looking forward to showcasing this one. What I'll try and do as well is we'll dig out the old build next door, that one. And what I'll do is I'll try and put a link in the subscription to that one, because you can kind of see the before up here to then the after will be really beneficial, so you can see the difference to what it is now. And I think that'd be a really good example of showcasing exactly what is possible, especially when you see a loft like that as an opening space to then what it can look like as a finished result. It's such a difference, it really is. It's mind-boggling. But that is a wrap over here. So what we'll do is we'll leave you to it. Don't forget to look at that video in the subscription down below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And yeah, it'd be really grateful if you could subscribe. We are really trying to push that 10K subscription. So if you can, jump on if you've not already. Thank you. We'll see you again in the next video. Enjoy.